Let's talk about how and why consumption of wheat is very bad for your skin. I saw this play out in literally thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of people in my Wheat Belly experience. My first Wheat Belly book that came out in 2011 cultivate this conversation that the consumption of modern wheat, that is this thing created in a laboratory essentially by agribusiness and genetics research, high yield semi-dwarf wheat, that is this plant that stands about a foot to 18 inches tall, has a large stalk, a thick stalk, large seed head, large seeds, but increased yield per acre about 8-fold. And so farmers loved it, and of course it brought down the cost of producing wheat, and so wheat products also enjoyed a reduction in price. But they unwittingly created a monster. And among the effects of consumption of modern high-yield semi-dwarf wheat are skin rashes. So what I saw in the Wheat Belly days, and I continue to see, is the elimination of wheat leads to relief from a long list of skin conditions. Acne, acanthosis nigricans, which is a horrible rash that occurs in people with diabetes, but initiated by wheat, psoriasis, eczema, fungal skin infections, skin tags. In fact, there's 200 skin rashes that have at one time or another been associated with consumption of wheat and are relieved by the elimination of wheat. But how does the wheat plant do this? Well, there's a number of means. One is by generating insulin resistance, that is your body's loss of the ability to respond to insulin. This is created by repeated cycles of high blood glucose, high blood insulin, as occurs when you eat grains like a bagel or a sandwich or anything sugary like ice cream. So every time your blood glucose and blood insulin go up, you're pushed closer to insulin resistance, and that of course is the fundamental underlying process that leads to dementia, heart disease, cancers, and skin rashes. It amplifies skin rashes. There's other things in wheat also that cause skin rashes. The gliadin protein can initiate autoimmune skin conditions. The disruption in the microbiome also makes skin rashes worse by generating dysbiosis and in many cases SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which the microbiome essentially exports inflammation and insulin resistance because of the unhealthy colonization of the small intestine by fecal microbes. And then there are components like wheat germ agglutinin that are direct toxins to the gastrointestinal system and thereby cause toxic effects on the skin. Think of the skin, of course, as the outer reflection of internal health. So in particular, if you have something going on in your gastrointestinal tract, whether it's irritable bowel syndrome or ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, or dysbiosis or SIBO, all gastrointestinal conditions, you are likely to see it reflected in skin also. So the elimination of wheat is an incredibly powerful way to get started in regaining skin health and appearance. All the other things will have better results. So as you restore collagen and hyaluronic acid and cultivate lactobacillus reuteri, all the other things we can do for skin will have better effects when you remove the inflammatory and insulin resistance and irritating effects that are generated when you consume anything made of wheat.